I'm done. I thought after the Porter fight, I said, yeah, I think I'm done. And then it just slowly but surely, you know, the training and everything came into play, and then I started feeling good in training, and like I said, slowly but surely, the sparring felt good, the sharpness, the reflexes were still there, and then so you know what, maybe I still got a little bit more left, you know. We'll see. We're gonna find out Saturday. We gotta make it translate into the ring. But I've had a good camp. I said it on the day. So slowly but subtly, kind of one of my better training camps. And I hate to say that because I don't want to be a jinx, but it's been a good camp, and I've been very motivated for it. And we'll see. We'll see what happens Saturday. All the good work has to translate into the boxing ring. That's how you really know your answers. So I'm gonna let that speak for itself Saturday. I'm confident in it.
Obviously, like, you know, the sport's a dangerous sport, right? Did you have to think about it a few times before taking on this challenge?
I can't say I thought about it. I just made decisions. I'm a pretty jump the gun kind of guy. At first I said I'm done, and I was done for about 6 months. I thought I was done, and I didn't even think about fighting. I didn't even think about maybe I'll come back. Didn't even cross my mind. So really, literally, I had already made up my mind. I was done, and then suddenly I got back in the gym. I had to lose some weight. Started helping some of my friends out sparring and whatnot, and they were getting ready for their fights. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I still got it. I think I'm gonna do this again. So I'm not the kind of guy that gives a lot of my decisions thoughts. I'm not the kind of guy that thinks a lot when I speak. I think out loud sometimes. I act out loud sometimes instead of thinking about things first. So it's kind of been the same way with my decision-making process in boxing.
Does it worry you?
Nah. When I first said I'm coming back, I told myself, don't even think about it. I've still never watched the Shawn Porter fight. I said, don't even think about it. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to see it. You don't need to think about any negativity. What happened in the past happened in the past. If you start thinking about that stuff, it's only going to come with you into the ring. It's only going to have and start creating doubt. It's going to be seeping beneath the surface, and you don't want that. What's the use of that? You know. So no, I don't think about it. I think a true fighter fears defeat and failure more than he fears being injured or hurt. That's the mark of a true fighter. A regular individual, a sane individual, fears being hurt first. It's just normal. You know, that's why most people can't be fighters. But the mark of a true fighter, you fear failure and defeat more so than you'll fear winding up in the hospital or the cemetery. And I fear that more. I fear that more because we all gotta wind up in the cemetery one day. And I'm not saying, oh, I'm ready to die now. That would be too extreme. And I'm not trying to go make it sound more extreme than it is. But you take something with you even when you leave this world. You know what I mean? You gotta be remembered for something. And I want to be remembered for always being gung ho and giving it my best, giving it my all. So if I start thinking about, oh, this can hurt me, this can kill me, I'm just not going to perform at my best. I'm not going to take the chances I need to take. I'm not going to pull the trigger when I need to, and I'm not going to make the moves I need to make in those instances because boxing at a world-class level is a game of inches, it's a game of instances, it's a game of milliseconds. So no, I don't think about it, and I shouldn't think about it. And I think anybody that does think about it should hang them up because that means they're done.
Who's been a basic support during your last 14 months?
Just I'm close with my friends and family, and they were supporting me when I stopped fighting, and they, at first they gave me some problems when I said I wanted to fight again, but afterwards they were very supportive. I think also seeing me in the gym and seeing me perform every day and work out hard, and those closest to me see that, and it gives them confidence too that okay, Paulie's still capable enough to do this. So
9 rounds in your first sparring back.
Yeah, we did 9 rounds our first sparring back. It's like I'm an extreme kind of a guy. I want my answers right away. You know what I mean? So I like to know right away if I can do something, or if I can't do something. I won't tiptoe into anything. I'm the kind of guy I won't do the toe dip into the pool. I'll just jump right in and see if it's cold. So it's kind of been the same thing, and my friends and family always supported me.
How was that sparring session after 9 rounds? How do you feel?
It was pretty good. It was good, but we were doing a lot of pad work too before that. So we were already getting sharp. It wasn't like I just jumped into the gym. I hadn't worked out. I did 9 rounds of sparring. I had already been jogging. I had already been doing a lot of pad work, and we jumped in. We didn't say let's do 9 rounds today. We just started sparring. You're like, one more, all right, one more, and you're like, one more, and then before you know it was 9 rounds. But it was, there's been other solid ones since then. Not every day's a great day, obviously, but you work diligently to make every day as good as you can. And like I said on the day, slowly but subtly, we've had ourselves a very good camp. So I don't want to be a jinx, but Saturday has to speak for itself. And if I could take that work into the ring Saturday, I remain confident in my ability.
How ready is he to take on this like 147 weight division? Yeah.
Well, we'll find out. Right now he's got to be ready to take on Paulie Malignaggi. The rest of it, maybe we'll find out later. I'm not worried about if Danny's ready for 147. I'm worried about Paulie Malignaggi being ready for Danny on Saturday night.
I mean, talking about the analyst side of you, how you see him, translating.
I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a good fighter. I think he's here for a reason. He's won world championships. He's undefeated. He's beaten solid contenders and champions. This is not a gimme fight, and I'm an underdog for a reason. I'm facing a very quality fighter. But at the same time, it's a big name to have on my resume, and I have a very vast resume of both good and bad things. I've won 2 world championships. I've been here for a long time. I've taken some losses, all to very good fighters. I've had a lot of ups and downs, and it's been a roller coaster ride. But to really get a win like this at this point in my career puts an exclamation point on my career, and it starts to make you have to consider me for the Hall of Fame. You have to consider me. If I get this win Saturday night, you have to at least consider me, and that's important to me. It's always one of my goals, so we'll see. I think if I come up short Saturday night, you'll probably wonder why you even mentioned the Hall of Fame in the same sentence as Paulie Malignaggi. It's that vast. It could be that big of a gap. The result of Saturday night could be one extreme or it could be the other extreme. And so another reason why it's very important to me Saturday.
Do you have predictions for Saturday?
No, I don't have predictions. You're going to see the best Paulie Malignaggi that comes to the table Saturday night. And like I said, quietly but subtly, I remain confident that will be a very good Paulie Malignaggi because the training camp we've had, I hate to be jinxed again, but it's been a very good camp.